Deshaun Watson talked about the importance of that win, kind of a statement win, if you will.
It was a big win on the road against a very, very great team. One of the top teams in the league, one of the best defenses in the league in their place. And I think it was overall a great opportunity, not just for me, but the whole offense, but this team too. Slow start in the first half, self-inflicted mistakes. Give the Ravens credit; they capitalized on it. But the second half, we didn't back down, and we came out on fire, and we offensively put a big drive on, starting with the O-line, running behind them, and then getting the ball to the receivers and let them catch and run. So it was definitely a big moment for us, and we just got to keep going.
And Scott, that regardless of what happened in the first half, that fourth quarter drive is the reason you pay him $230 million and you trade 3 draft picks, because he made plays when they needed to be made to go win a game. That's what you want in a franchise quarterback.
There's no question. We've talked about it a million times, right? The season, games in the season come down to things like that, right? You're going to be in a bunch of close games. Do you get it done? Does your quarterback make a play? Does your kicker make a kick? Does your defense get a stop, right? All those things factor into the difference between 10-7 and 7-10, or whatever numbers you want to throw in there. So, for Watson to do that, and he had the perfect second half from a statistical standpoint. Had the fumble on that strip sack that luckily Wyatt Teller recovered for the Browns, but doesn't miss a throw, big scramble, 2-point conversion run, did everything you needed him to. And it really, once you got to the second half, they were all big moments, right? Because they're trailing, you can't afford to give away possessions. And they had 2 touchdown drives and a field goal drive in the second half, right? So they did everything they needed to do with the ball on offense, and that starts with your quarterback. And they weren't all great situations, right? They had a false start to begin that last drive. There was a strip sack, like I mentioned, so they're, I think, 2nd and 19, and he throws a dart to Amari Cooper on a seam, with kind of double coverage, but he fits it in there. It's a big-time throw. He made a big-time throw, I want to say, in the second quarter. Maybe it was earlier in the fourth quarter. I know they were going that direction, to Elijah Moore, a deep comeback. So he made some big-time throws. And then that scramble, couldn't have been a better time for that scramble. He makes a couple of guys miss, gets them where now they're in field goal range. So, yeah, it was a big moment for Watson. And I think if it's not perfect, right? The whole game wasn't perfect. He still might be slow going through some reads early, whatever. But if you go through the last 3 games where he started and finished, it's really encouraging because they've been 3 good games in a row.